Sorry about that. Sorry about that, y'all. It was my fault. I forgot we had copyrighted music, and anytime we do that, sometimes we have issues. But thanks to Veronica Taylor, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, education, and research. So we just want to go ahead and apologize and let everybody get a chance to chime back on while we get this going. We were blocked. That was my fault. I forgot all about the new music and everything. So I see the people chiming back in. Okay. As we was talking earlier, this was the grand reunion that took place back in 2001. Mike, you restarted. I need to give you a few minutes. Mike.
I'm actually I'm sharing to some of the other groups to see if we can get some folks back on. But you go ahead on.
Okay, yeah. Want to say hello to Fleetwood?
Do y'all fit in community conversation?
I just sent it over there. I just sent it, so it should be coming up in just a minute. And I apologize, y'all. That was my fault. Okay. Now, anytime we play copyrighted music like the song that I played from Sam Cooke, we're gonna have those kind of issues because that was one of the most popular songs back then in the day. Sam Cooke, Junior Walker and the All Stars. Those sounds from the 60s and 70s, they're gonna pick it up probably quick because those songs are copyrighted. And they're good songs. They're good songs that went along well with the industrial Druid High School Grand Reunion. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna skip some of the music section and we're gonna go to the section where the talent show took place. Now I don't think any of this section of the talent show is copyrighted, so we should be good on that part. So y'all just stay tuned and let's watch a little bit more of this grand reunion. Okay, before I get it, we just got a little music. Hold on, let me get this on out of here.
Lisa? Yeah, I'm here.
Everybody, okay. Just 1 second.
Why you get that done, Darryl? What I was saying before we actually went out there was usually when we get together and have a reunion of some sort, it's always a really good time. Uh, like I said, this past year during homecoming, Central got together and did what their version of a grand reunion. Of course, Central became in existence in 1980 after Tuscaloosa High School and Druid merged and became one Central.
Right.
And they did a version of a grand reunion in which a lot of people turned out. They said they had a real good time out there as well. So it's kind of similar to that. Just different generations. Of course, Druid High School from 30, what you say, 39 to 79?
1935 to 1979. Yeah.
That's
a lot of years. That's a lot of years. We're going to go ahead.
You know, the rich, those actual buildings turned out a whole lot of people in the world as far as high school goes. Druid High School and Tuscaloosa.
Yes, yes. And that's what you're going to see. You're about to see some of the icons of the city of Tuscaloosa. I don't know if you all remember some of the teachers. I don't know if any of y'all went to like Martin Luther King, West Lawn, 20th Street, Martin Luther King Elementary, those, the Western Cluster schools. But that was when, and y'all can say what you want to say, when they took some of the homebound teachers from teaching here locally, I saw that there seems to have been a drop in discipline then was like everybody, parents knew everybody. Like the teacher, the principal knew your parents. Or, they could relate to your family because they were actually students of the with your parents or something. Like Coach Butler and Coach Sanders and Dr. Louise Crawford. She came up through the school system and turned out to be our superintendent of schools. So it was. I've seen some changes as years has uh, went by. And just to be honest, do I think if we had the same village mentality, would it be the violence that took place in this community like it is now? I don't think so. I really don't. I really don't.
I actually agree with you there. I think that I know when I was coming through some of those schools, some of them teachers were there, and I got an older sister. I got two older sisters that they knew my older sisters. So when I got there, it was like, oh, so you should need a brother. Okay, that's the kind of stuff they knew my family, but then they already met my parents with dealing with them. So it wasn't like something brand new. And I think that a lot of kids had deal with it. Like I don't know if anybody know Miss Tucson or Miss Jones, who was over
Westlawn.
Westline. Yes. So like these people knew everybody. They would tell you, so like, oh, I knew daddy when your daddy was this, and you were like,
Yes.
and they call them by the name. So you kind of start straightening up and flying right when they know your parent and they knew your parent when they were kids. And I
Mike,
don't think that you have that right now. A lot of these teachers that I see nowadays are not much older than some of the kids that are being taught right now.
that's true. And Mike, when I was policing, I used that same technique because I'll ask them I used the word who your folks. And they'll say, because I'm familiar with the last name, it could be Sanders, it could be Rollins or whoever, and I say, who your folks? Oh, my granddad is such and such. My grandma, oh yeah, okay, I know who you is. Okay, and you want me to call him? Oh no, don't call. That kind of mentality, the fear from the parent would kind of solve a lot of issues. Sometimes just say I'm finna call your mama or your grandmama, and that will solve that. But I'm gonna ease on. We're gonna ease on. We'll talk about that shortly. We're gonna watch the talent show. I think you're gonna like this if you haven't never seen this. I'm gonna turn it up.
Got like YouTube on here.
Mhm. And I had the misfortune, I had a lot of teachers that taught my mom, who was a mathematical genius. So they would be like, my mom was like one of those smart people in school. So they would be like, oh, this is gonna be a drug test for you. The Dragon's legacy will forever live on. I want to introduce to you this time the Program Plan and Task Force. This is a committee that has worked diligently to make this reunion what it is and to make it a long remembered reunion for you. Without the dedication, without the commitment, the vision was there. There have been many dreams. There have been many great aspirations. But without a committee, not just the program planners, but all of the committees who have worked together to pull this reunion off, you would not be here today. And I think that these committees deserve the time to be recognized. Our Chairperson Gwendolyn Robertson has been with us. She's a part of the committee. We have all worked together. And it's just been something unimaginable. When we first met the program planning committee over at Chester and Linda Hood's home, we talked about so many things that we wanted to do. And I was sitting back there and I said, how in the world can we pull a reunion of this magnitude off? And we have done it. And we're very thankful to God that He has given us the opportunity to do that. Druid dragons, the mighty dragons. These are the members of the program planning task force. And we want you to know that we have worked hard to make this a success. We have fellowship with each other. We have had fun. Even though a reunion of this magnitude has been overwhelming to us, we have become close. We care about each other. If something is going on with one of us, we call to try to find out what's going on. And this is what we wanted this reunion to be about. We wanted it, and Whitfield made it very clear when we first met that we did not want it to be a reunion like all the other reunions, not even our class reunions. We wanted it to be different, and this is what we worked hard to do. And we hope that you are enjoying it, and we want you to realize that a reunion of this magnitude, you're going to have some little flaws, and we want you to understand that. Those are some things that we could not get around because we wanted to try to include everybody. We started out on the website, recognizing people who had excelled academically. We didn't want to do that. We wanted to let this be a reunion for everybody, regardless to what career aspirations you've had, how well you have succeeded. A lot of good has come out of this school, and we are very thankful for that. And everybody's
We had a golf tournament today, and I think the turnout was great. We had a number of 42 players. The first place was Mr. John Richardson. That's how his name. John John is a retired worker. He had a score of 65.6, and we have a gold medal with the inscription Industrial High School and Druid High School, reunion 2001, first place.
The legacy of Druid was left to us by those who preceded us. It was a spirit of togetherness, school pride, family and community cooperation. Educators dedicated to educating and guiding us into the future. No, the legacy did not start with us, but as long as we continue to know from Prince Recently, then the legacy will not die with us. We must pass the spirit of togetherness, cooperation, and family values on to be shared by those who follow in our footsteps. Our theme, rekindling the flame of yesterday's memories, today's treasures, the dragon legacy lives on. Our teachers were teachers and educators who passed on to us values as well as learning. Today we pay tribute to those instructors present. The certificate reads, Certificate of Recognition presented to the instructor's name for providing exceptional leadership and education to the members of the classes of Industrial Penn or Druid High School, 1950, 1935 to 1979, and for serving as exemplary role models to all. Oh, I'm higher than an eagle. You are the wind by me. Did you ever know? Did you ever know that you're my hero? That you're everything I'd like to be. Oh, I can come higher than an eagle. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, you are the wind beneath my our principal who's now gone, our teachers who've been with us and gone also. That's why this song touched them as well as it touched us. Thank you. At this time, I take great pleasure in presenting this award. I will read what the award says, and I will read the recipient's name. Industrial Druid High School's Grand Reunion presents the McDonald Hughes Special Achievement Award to our Superintendent of Public Schools here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Mrs. Louise J. Crawford. For exceptional performance and service in education, happened at Tuscaloosa, Alabama, this 6th day of July, 2001. Their superintendent, Dr. Louise Crawford. Good evening, Dragons. This is certainly a surprise. I want to say thank you so very, very much. And on behalf of the school board that's composed of 7 members, 2 of which are Druid High School graduates, Mrs. Annie Mary Gray, I know you're here. Please stand. She was here earlier. Mr. John Gordon, and 10,000 students, 775 certified staff members, 517 support staff. We just want to extend to you a very warm welcome. We're delighted to have you back home. And I want to personally thank the committee for a job well done. Let's give them a round of applause. I too would like to say a special thanks to our teachers for the great job that they have done with us, and we want to pass the legacy on by making a difference in the lives of children. And I want to leave you with this: continue to live one day at a time and make that day a masterpiece. God bless each of you. Now, when you stand on your shoulder, you don't know what you missed. I was graduate in his 2nd year here of 1946. And please listen to the message of this song rather than to the messenger. Thank you. I started out on life's canvas, and Jesus little hour what the sun and the flowers when it used to be rain. My yesterday was beauty. Now I'm a part of beauty. My lonely nights are through. Since you said you're mine, Lord, what a difference a day makes. There's a rainbow before me. The niggas do it in the 60s, you know. He's gonna take you a little bit back now. George Jupiter. I know you heard the hit because you heard it on the radio, so he's gonna do it for you right now. Come on, dude. That's like that. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and let it party right here now. We're gonna have a good time. Let that dragon spirit. Sunshine, blue skies, please go away. My girl has found another and gone away. With her, with my future, my life is filled with gloom. So day after day, I stay locked up in my room. I know to you, it might sound strange, but I wish it would rain. God, so badly, I want to go inside. Everyone knows that a man ain't supposed to cry. Listen, I gotta cry because crying eases the pain. Oh yeah, when I'm hurt and feeling sad, words can never explain. I just wish it would rain. Rain, rain, rain.
For over 27 years here in Tuscaloosa, Catfish Heaven has been pleasing our taste buds with their delicious catfish, pan trout, hot wings, coleslaw, hush puppies, and don't forget about those made-to-order French fries. Whether it's your snack time, lunchtime, or dinner time, give the guys a call over at Catfish Heaven at 205-752-7222, or you can make your order online at catfishheaventuscaloosa.com. So head on over to Catfish Heaven at 2502 21st Street. See you there.
Okay, we're back for a moment. I had to cut it for a minute. Had some copyright music that came up, so I had to cut it for just a second. But Mike, did y'all recognize some of those people that was on there? Miss Richardson, Miss Jacqueline Richardson, her husband. Did you recognize some of the icons of this community that was part of this Druid Grand Reunion?
Some of the people up there, but the biggest thing that a lot of folks were talking about there was how filled that room was.
Yes, yes, yes. Man, it was a participated event that I don't think nobody. I don't think the planning committee could have planned anything much better, because every class reunion. Let's just think about it for a second. Every class reunion, normally you have some people that don't want to attend because of they didn't go to college, or they with homemakers, or whatever it might be, and they just didn't feel like it was fitted in, that they fit in. Well, this grand reunion, they invited everybody, regardless of your status. If you was a professional, military, homemaker, whatever you was, they wanted everyone to be a part of this grand reunion, and that's what they did. Mike, and it was filled from classes from 1935 up to 1979. Now let's think about it. When Druid when Druid and T-High merged together to form Central, you was talking about classes of like 600 graduating classes. 600 people graduating at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Back when it was separated, you're talking maybe 150, 200. So by the merger, you had, of course, more people graduating at graduating classes now. Now that they're separated, you'll find that the graduating class is like 90 to 125 per class or per school, up to maybe two something. It just depends on the size of the school. But man, this was history. This was history here in Tuscaloosa alone of the magnitude of talent, the magnitude of the agenda itself. I mean, it was a great turnout. It was well planned. And these are people that we see 21 years ago. We didn't get a chance to show it on the 20th year anniversary because of COVID, but 21 years ago, 21 years. Linda said class of 76 had 297 people. So as you can tell, that's a lot of people from different classes. I don't know. I mean, like I said, Linda probably could navigate this whole video, because she's a Druid High School a graduate, and man, when I say pride, man, that's when people had pride in their schools. I remember when the football field used to be right there by Stacy's on 29th Street, and we lived in the Glens at that time. Man, when you talking about
Those goalposts are still up, ain't they?
Yes,
At the back of West Line
they
for the old what is TCT.
right. I think the goalposts are still up. I'm not sure if they are or aren't, but man, I can tell you that was a night field. I tell you what it reminded me of. Addisville High School when they have homecoming or whatever. It's that family networking that they had. Man, I didn't get to go to Druid. I actually was part of the class of '83, but I was looking forward to it because that family networking was there. I mean, it was like, man, just listening gave me chills on some of the conversations that I was listening to of how close family members were. You remember the movie Cooler High?
Absolutely, yes.
That's the kind of thing that I kind of felt like I was a part of Cooler High. It's so hard to say goodbye type thing, man. It was man, that was a heart touching historical moment right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, back in 2001. People from the class of 1935, and as you heard, I mean, I skipped some portions of it because of, like I say, copyrighted music. But it was one lady from the class of 1946, and I think uh, she was out there doing the cha-cha slide. I think she was like 80 some years old, and was still doing the cha-cha slide. So it was pride in that room. It was respect in that room. It was a lot. And I think it is Lisa. You still on the program?
Yeah.
I think I heard you saying your mom was a mathematician
Mm-hmm.
specialist. Was she a part of the Druid High School? I'm not sure. I remember your mom.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see, my uncle now was 69, so no, she was 60. Been in the class for 69, and I think they were 68.
Okay, okay. So let's go. You talking about Van Hoosen Steele, Danny Steele being a class member of 67, if I ain't correct. Conrad Cash, class of 75. Uh, Harrison Taylor, class of 1965. I want to say 63 or 65. These are people that served our community in some capacity that made an impact later on in life. And like I said, these people, we talked about Bloody Tuesday months ago back when they used to hold the meetings at First African Baptist Church. If y'all was at this, I mean, I was just, like I said, excited to even get the opportunity to record something of this magnitude because I tell you, there's a lot of history of people, icons, that's walking around in these neighborhoods that we don't even realize who they really are in Tuscaloosa. These are the real the who's of who of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And hey, I take my hat off to them. I applaud them for what they accomplished. Like I said, we didn't have to worry about men being in the classroom. I can name 5 men that were teachers in the classroom at that time. You wasn't gonna have too much disciplinary problem in the classroom. Now, I'm not gonna disrespect the female teachers now, because the female teachers were just as rough as the male. I came to school one day, Miss Stepter. I don't know if y'all know Miss Stepter or not. She was at Martin Luther King at the time, where they called it they called it 32nd Elementary at that time. I came and I had my hair braided up. She took my hair down during class. You wasn't gonna come in there with no braids in your hair then. She took them down right then and there and made me fork my hair out to some shape, form, or fashion. So you had Mr. Cameron, Mr. Higgs, Miss Ulmer, Miss Stepter.
Who was the home ec teacher? I can't remember her name.
Home ec teacher. Let's see. Was it Miss Mills? It wasn't Miss Mills.
Not too far from Mr. Cameron.
I can't think of
her name, but I remember we showed up with some makeup on.
I already know what y'all get.
We had to wash our face. And she gave us some Vaseline to put on our face.
Yes. Like I said, and don't mention the fact of discipline. 3 licks wasn't nothing. Anybody could give you 3 licks back then. You ain't had to go to the principal's office.
Now, I was in school when they were still doing that. And of course, that was, it's drastically different from when we was in school. And I know it had to be different from when Druid and TTown was in existence, as opposed to when we were there. But it's especially as opposed to what they have now, where there is zero discipline in schools now. But yeah, you can get them titles. They had at Eastwood, because when I was going, you had to do that. You had to do that 3-school trick. Once you left elementary school, you had to go to Westlawn, you had to go to TMS, and then you had to go to Eastwood. But at Eastwood, you had a principal that he'd give you the option. I think it was 60 cents or three licks. 60 cents means that you go home on the bus for 3 days.
You talking about Mr. Woods?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he gave me some money one time. He was like, I tell you what, here you go. Get on the bus and go home. And I was like, Mr. Woods, I don't ride the bus. He's like, you riding today? Get out of here.
Discipline was definitely in place in those days. I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit more of this talent show, and we'll talk a little bit more after this. Okay?
That one took me back.
You know, it's interesting how you said discipline. We didn't have all the situations that going on in school right now. And this James P. Washington Friend, you with her eyes all the way across the room while you walked in. And when you got to your feet and you finally got the nerve, look up at her, and she says to you without a trace of emotion, what's your story, morning glory?
I have to make sure that we get past the copyrighted music. Once again, let me fast forward just a little bit. No, I'm taking just a quick. Had to go past some of this copyrighted music. Okay.
This is home, brother to brother. Are y'all ready to party? Are you ready to party? I think y'all want to party. All right, Druid, I think you need to party. So do let the music know, man. Yeah! Are y'all children want to party? Get up, get up. Everybody come on, dance if you want to. Ooh, make somebody blue. Well, all right. Everybody get up and get up. Shake your booty. Ooh, make somebody blue. Well, all right. Now let's party, y'all. Yeah. Oh, sunshine. Come on, come on. Got the butter party, y'all. Y'all think y'all really want to party? Get ready. We are brother to brother. And if you ever went to Druid High School and you went to one of their talent shows, there was always one guy that thought he was James Brown. Y'all remember who that was? Does anybody remember who that was? What was his name? No, I want to hear his nickname. Fella Boy. All right, fellas, let's bring that groove in so we can get Fella Boy on the stage. Y'all put your hands together for Fella Boy. Here we go. Druid High School. One of your winners coming back. We call him Chocolate Cake Bone. But you know him as Fella Boy. A Fella Boy. A Fella Boy. He is none other than Mr. Ivy Wilson, y'all. Put your hands together for him. Good evening, thank you very much, Tuscaloosa. Thank you very much, Druid Drivers. So glad to be on this stage again tonight. And thank you for giving it to us thing right about here. Thank you once again. Don't feel like you got to do nothing. Okay, I got to do nothing. Yeah, do your thing. Yeah. Moving, ducks, you know. Yeah. Get out. Yeah. Then I make it real funky. Yeah. Get out. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get out. Yeah. Now make it real funky. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, James. And put time for me, wait a minute. Thank you. We are brother to brother. We enjoy it. Thank you. Have a good night. Great. You just feel real good. You just say, man, wait a minute. Let's have a good time over there. What class y'all in? 1967. All righty. No, it's music. No, so that's the wrong music. And then one time I had a guy's name. I was back in St. James Brown. No, we won. We shot out of it. We won first place. We want to do what? Do what? Do what? Testing 1, 2, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Introducing North Carolina. Introducing Catherine Bolden, 1972.
Okay, we're back. We're back on the program. Man, I tell you, that was just awesome. That was just awesome, man. Y'all just don't know. And
Commentary as that was playing. Lisa and Veronica and myself were doing commentary, and one of the things that Lisa even pointed out was the fact that you had all those different generations together,
mm-hmm.
and they were having fun and enjoying themselves together. Like we talking about some older people with the younger folks, and they sitting beside each other. It wasn't young folks on this side, old folks on this side, or I ain't coming to this because there's gonna be a bunch of old folks there. I ain't going because there's a bunch of young folks there. It was like we all went to Druid. That was the common denominator, and they all sat there and they had a good time and enjoyed themselves the whole entire time. Well, once again, that room was Speedo.
Yeah,
I
my
don't know what room that was. What place we got that big enough to hold it?
as of right now, the school was the only place that probably could even carry that magnitude of people that was attending this program. This grand reunion. I mean, they say 700 plus. I'm gonna say it was at least 1,500 to 2,000 people that actually was there. I mean, all of them probably wasn't at the reunion, but you're talking about family and friends of family. It was just awesome, man. That was just awesome. That was awesome. That was just awesome. I mean, the pep rally, the talent show, and like you say, just now the parade going on now, and man, I tell you, it was just an awesome opportunity just to see. Now, this is 21 years ago, so let's see. I was at that time 35, maybe. So, and these are my elders. I mean, these are families and friends that are elders at the moment. So they were probably
Yeah,
50.
I love this parade. I love this parade.
Yes, yes. It
I
was.
love this parade.
Hopefully, we'll have that on Juneteenth, going down 29th Street. Bikers, grand reunion, Druid classes, Central High School classes. Hopefully, we'll have this type atmosphere for the June 18th that's coming up this upcoming month at Palmore Park.
Since we got Ms. Lisa Young on the line, Lisa, you want to tell them a little bit more about the Juneteenth celebration? You were saying some
Well,
stuff.
I know that, of course, I want to highlight the parade and the cookout. However, y'all please remember that we have the financial literacy and home buying seminar. Then we have the youth and senior forum, and we also are gonna have luncheons. So it's like an entire weekend of events. But we really want people to come out and participate in that parade and in the cookout celebration in the park. We want people to bring their grills. We want people to bring their tents. We want people to bring their generators, right? Uh, and just come out there and we just have like just one big family reunion.
Pretty much like this. This exactly is an example of what we're asking or wanting to go back to. I mean, the good old days. That's what I call it. The good old days.
And here's the thing, Dale. If you can't participate, if you can't walk, let's say you can't walk, get your car. Get your car and get in the parade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just come and participate and share. And hey, let's have a show of unity, right?
Yes.
Um, and let's grow it every year. Um, every year. And just make it bigger, bigger, and bigger, and better, and better, and better. And
Bring your kids out. We have bouncy houses. The splash pad is gonna be open. We got food trucks, and we also gonna be having food available out there. But bring your grill. Bring your grill because it's all about community and it's all about family. And you can just if if somebody walking around and ain't got nothing to eat, come on over to my tent. I'm sure we're gonna have I don't mind sharing.
There you go. There you
But
go.
come out and let's just celebrate in grand style. Look at this. This is a whole RV. That's what I'm talking about right there. I
Yeah.
want one of these.
Yeah.
That's
This.
my thing. It's like what people be wanting to charge folks to eat. Just let people eat. Oh, my granddad used to say, ain't nothing to do with smile. Anybody, you can do anybody a smile. You can do anybody a meal. Some folks will feed anybody. They're supposed to be our mentality and our mind frame. Feed anybody. A lot of stuff costs, but when you talk about coming together for a once in a while celebration, just feed people. If you got it, if it's there, just feed people.
I'm becoming more and more mindful of being trying and making sure that I'm not wasteful, right?
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that we sometimes throw away, like when you clean out the refrigerator for like trash day.
Yep.
I sometimes think, I could have fed a whole family.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I could have fed a whole family.
Yeah, we got to get people, and then even if we see people in that mind frame, you can be jovial with it, be teaseful with it. Like, don't throw it away, get it to somebody. Y'all don't know. I see so many people. They be like, I'm just gonna say it like this. It was like I said, I don't know if I told y'all, I said a white vet. He was at McDonald's. That man went in there. He could have had $1,000,000 in his pocket. I don't know, but it was something about him. My kid's father's a vet. My father's a vet. I've done a lot of vets. And it'd be to me, whenever I see a vet, there you a vet. I feel like there's no reason a vet should be homeless unless he's got some mental issues going on, especially for the ones that served from the 70s back. If they went through some type of war, you never know what a vet is going through. You never know what anybody's going through. So I didn't care what color he is. I went there and gave him, I think we scrapped up because I was just happy to be at McDonald's just to get a frappe or a shake or something. So me and my girls was together. Now we don't really keep money like that. So I just scrapped up. And it ended up being like $7, $8. And then the workers ended up looking at it like, what's she giving him? I'm like, I don't care if he's blue. I don't care if he's purple. I knew he was a vet. He sat down, he asked for water to take his medicine. He could have had $1,000,000 in his pocket, but guess what? He served the country. Right. So he should be eating free.
But I don't even think that vets should. If you don't win off the eating free, why you gotta come over here and come home and pay taxes?
And pushing a doggone cart from Target with I look like everything he had of importance with him on him. Lisa, and like you said, paying taxes.
Lisa, someone asked a question: has anyone contacted the Tuscaloosa Reunion Committee for participating in Juneteenth?
Tuscaloosa Reunion Committee?
Mm-hmm.
I was unaware. I really appreciate it. If they could please share that information, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, any information that can help benefit the Juneteenth celebration, I think it would be greatly appreciated. We want it to be a spectacular event, and like Ms. Young said, something that's going to build every year. Once again, we're looking at something today. The common denominator with everybody who was at this event was they all were Druid dragons. The Juneteenth celebration, the common denominator is that we all are of African descent, and it celebrates to celebrate us actually becoming free from slavery officially, or finding out that we're officially free from slavery everywhere. So that's something that we all can appreciate. We all are benefiting from all of that right now. So why not come and celebrate? That is a huge part in American history. If nobody else don't think it is, it definitely is.
Mike, let me just share something that people might not know. The Miss Bernice Washington, the Bernice Washington Insight Center that's over behind McKenzie Court. She was one of the ladies that sung the. Matter of fact, she was the first lady that sung a song at the talent show. Are you familiar with the Bernice Jackson Insight Center?
Mm-hmm.
And man, that's it's just a lot of, like I said, it's just a lot of history that was here. Dr. Louise Crawford, uh, Bernice Washington Insight Center. These are people that, when I'm gonna just say, and I'm gonna tell you, Miss Washington used to have a group. She used to come out to uh, Crescent East every week, sometimes twice a week. And she used to have these boys and girls club groups that she would interact with them and teach them life skills and different things of that nature. She was amazing. And that Insight Center, I don't know if it's still open or not, but actually it was one of the first centers, I think, our community that was offered for drug rehab. Um, some kind of drug rehab rehabilitation center, I think. So I think that's something probably needed to be re-looked into, because I mean that's history over there. I mean, I just don't know if it was still open or not. That's something I just.
There, didn't it just be like right on the street on the side of Floyd?
No, this one was actually behind McKenzie Court on 22nd, 23rd, something way up in there. It's some row of houses. I actually, do you remember where it was an auto body shop um, behind McKenzie Court. I can't think of it, the name of it, but Macmillan used to work at it all the time. I don't know if y'all know Mac. We used to call him Mac. But the Bernice Washington Center was really actually right next door to the uh, to the auto body shop. I can't think of the name of that body shop at the time. It's a lot of history. I'm telling y'all, some of these faces. Keith Washington, he's a recording artist right now. Um, um, BJ Reed right here. She's the director or the assistant director of the Alabama Blues Project right now. It's just a lot of history that took place that weekend that I don't think a lot of people realize it took place right here in Tuscaloosa. There again, Danny Steele. I think some of this I can play without being copyrighted problem. Keith Williams, guitar. The Brian Comfort Center was the only place that actually could hold, I think, 400 people at the same time.
And two, I think that's the same that Tuscaloosa don't have a venue
Right.
an indoor venue that's big enough to hold, at least 1,000 people. Um, in one given time, other than a university facility, and of course, it's a lot of times it's like quarantine to grab hold of a university facility to do something.
Man, I tell you, Mike, it's a lot of people that's on these videos that are no longer with us, man. Some dear friends and family members. that I've seen on this video that wow, you know, it just brings back some memories. I'll just put it that way. Lots of memories. Diane Bonner right there. Worked with her. Taylor Harden, she's no longer with us. She was a darling. I seen Regan Robinson's mom, Miss Cash, Odell Cash. She was there. Man, there's a lot of people. A lot of people was participating in this particular thing, man. Miss Odell, one of her and her daughter, they helped me got my first job washing pots. Washing pots at Indian Hill Country Club, man. It just, you know, that's family, man. It's just like family these days, I tell you. But this was something I think a lot of people, what we're missing in the community today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's not saying through the whole entire video, the ladies and myself were doing a running commentary of everything. Just kind of, you know, saying how they had families there that were celebrating together, and you really truly not seeing much of that nowadays. Yeah, most people in the family household, everybody going separate ways. If they're in the same room, they're not in the same room because everybody is preoccupied with their phone or their electronic device. So they can actually be in the same room, but they still not even talking to each other. And if they were talking to each other, more than likely it's going to be a text message, even though they're in the same room. So
sometimes husbands and wives and mates ain't talking to each other. You go out to dinner and see somebody sitting up at Lowe's or somewhere, and the husband, used to her being on the phone, or she's so used to him being on the phone, but that's just regular dinner now.
Mm-hmm.
But they have to eat. Y'all say that. It was one Thanksgiving, we were all sitting around the table, and everybody had their phone. So Big Mom, she said, can I get one of them? And I'm like, what, Mom, what is you talking about? One of them things everybody on. Because ain't nobody talking. And I was like, oh, wow, everybody was on their phone. Mm-hmm. Everybody was on their phone in some form of fashion, you know. And so it was like, okay, everybody put their phones down. Let's talk. Let's have them.
Right. And that goes on now. I think a lot of time people, when they do come together, everybody got their phone. Like I said, this video holds a lot of history of people, the who's of who in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Teachers, professionals, attorneys, uh, Ebony Magazine guy back in the day. I don't know if it was Ebony or Emerge, one of the two. Right out of McKenzie Court. I think he was either the lead coordinator or the lead editor. I can't think of it right now. The movie about Marshall. We Are Marshall. History right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. The football players, some of the football players that represent Alabama or Druid High School. That's who they was talking about. Players from Druid High School. They were talking about some of the players that got a scholarship from Druid High School to Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
And the quarterback, Oliver, I can't think of his first name. I don't know if his last name was Oliver, but it'll come back to me later on. But the one kid, if you ever watched the movie We Are Marshall, the one kid that was was the quarterback, he was actually from Druid High School. That's who it's supposed to be representing, the person from Druid High School. History, man. There's a lot of history right here in the city of Tuscaloosa right now. And it's fun. This is fun. I see. I don't know if y'all know my good friend Laura Lyles. She tuned in with us on several occasions. I think Laura's and she went to school with me. Cecilia, that's her real name. Cecilia Laura Lyles. And I think she's a
I
Miss.
know her well.
Okay. She tunes in with us all the time. And, if you know Laura, hey, that's West Tuscaloosa. We are West Tuscaloosa. Sure is. We're West Tuscaloosa. And I heard, I don't know if y'all seen what Tim Stepter came on here, and he said his aunt, which was uh, Miss Stepter. I ain't never know her first name. I always just said Miss Stepter. Miss Stepter made him calm another student here. So so I wasn't the first one he had somebody had to take the braid down during class. He remembered that too. And I seen Lala, you mentioned that Miss Stepter was you call her aunt too?
Aunt Audrey, that was my now ex-husband's aunt.
Okay. Okay.
That was his daddy's sister.
Gotcha. Cecilia said Miss Bernice was a pioneer. She would come to Atlanta, Georgia, and hang out with doing outreach in Techwood Home. She also introduced me to Emerge magazine chief and editor George Curry. Yes. See, she know who I'm talking about. George was from Lonesome Bottom. He wore he wore a screen door emblem on his chain. How about that, y'all? How about that? Emerge magazine right here. Mr. George Curry right here from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you remember, I don't know if you remember, but when Miss Curry passed, um, the Tuscaloosa Police Department had already suspended escorting funerals.
Mm-hmm.
And his funeral, the magnitude of his funeral, they had to uh they had to do escort for that funeral. I remember that.
Because there was a safety issue with the magnitude of people that came or participated with it. And I still today think it's a hazard that need to be re-looked into for us escorting our families to and from funerals. But hey, I'm not the chief of police or I'm not the mayor of that situation. But yeah, this was just memories. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will go back and watch it later on. And I seen some faces. I seen Joe Ash, one of my good friends, co-workers. When I was working at Indian Hill Country Club, that's where I met Joe Ash Jr. Not the dad.
You know, his dad, Mr. John Ash, used to have a barber shop.
Yes.
And that was one of my grandfather's really good friends.
So now you know about Tin Top then.
You know, that's why I be trying to tell people, don't let nothing about me fool you.
Uh-huh.
I used to walk these streets barefoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know.
Between the south side and the west side, that's all me.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Yeah.
We would literally walk from the west side all the way to the merry-go-round skating rink.
Yeah, because these kids won't do that for nothing in the world. We used to walk up to that part of the mall like it one day.
Them jokers they ain't gonna ride no bike.
Ride a bike. Check this out. Ride a bike. How come I'm pedaling the bike? I got one person on my handlebars and another person on my feet. Okay.
Yeah, I know about it.
Oh, do you? Man, my brother had me on the handlebars of a bike going down Stillman Hill. And look, listen. I'm on the handlebars, and actually the street is almost like it is, but it seemed like back then it was steeper than what it is now. And we in the middle of the road. And guess what?
We know.
Yes.
Hold on. Don't tell me. Look, don't tell me the back brakes went out and you just had the front.
Baby, he almost killed me.
I already knew he said he was on the handlebar going after me.
He almost killed me. You hear me? We were standing.
We all had that. I think we all have had that.
We was in Robson.
Y'all noticed Darryl said he ain't had nothing to do with getting up on the handlebar.
Look, he
you
almost
were
killed me.
At first. Yeah, I got you.
I tell people a minute days, I know what this cement feel like going down going down Stillman Hill right there. I ain't talking about Stillman High Hill. I'm talking about right in the middle of 15th Street. Why you hit the brake with me on it and I'm going forward? Ain't nothing but me going forward, knees starting up, elbows starting
When you were small in here, when you small and younger than him, like wow.
Girl, my knees starting to hurt now from that pain. I tell you.
But that's the thing that we did as kids, and you know what? Y'all absolutely right. The kids these days, if you was telling them to walk, please.
That was our dangerous situations. That stuff right there, we did stuff like that was dangerous.
Yes.
Like so, like I said, we can stay riding bicycle.
Should tell the kids out there get some berries, eat some berries off them trees. I ain't that nasty stuff. I used to stay on berries and on them plum trees.
Sour dirt, plum hill, all that right there, all that.
I used to get the honeysuckles.
Hold on, I knew what 2 pomegranate trees was in Tuscaloosa, and we would be like, everybody run, and you gotta grab your pomegranate, and you can't stop and pick it. Mm-hmm. You gotta run and snatch it. If you ain't get no pomegranate, you just hurt.
That's it. Yeah, we right there where FedEx on 29th Street, over by Rosedale. That's what we used to call Plum Hill. That used to be our little venture from Rosedale to up there to go pick plums every summer. Every summer, Plum Hill. So all of that little area up there used to be where those apartments is, where the water tower up there on 29th, going towards down and play. All that was called Plum Hill, and that's where we used to get our plums from during the summer. It's been some major changes.
My granddad would tell us, we go pick some blackberries and then be like, you better not get bit by no snake. I'm like, yeah, leave me.
Yes. Yes.
But shoot, my grandma would make some pies with them blackberries.
Okay.
Wow. Hey, we made our own wine because we had muscadine down there where I was at.
Hold on, let me get this call.
So my brother, like I'm at now.
Go ahead, caller. We got a caller on with us. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Hey.
Good evening.
Hello. This is Linda Effinger Owens.
Hey, Linda.
How you doing,
The baby dragon.
Yes.
Hey, baby dragon. Hey. The baby dragon, class of 76.
Yes.
Druid High School.
Tell us how it used to be. Tell them what they.
Let me tell y'all about that first year. The block from Diamond Dog, they had all the street. It had like 4 blocks blocked off.
Mm-hmm.
We had a blast. They had to put roadblocks up, and it was overflowing. I mean, from everybody from everywhere. It was just great. And nobody, no fight, no shooting, no nothing. It was a good time. It was fun. It was so much fun. And then to go into the auditorium again. Mm-hmm. Man, it was great. Like we had the largest auditorium, you know.
Right.
And it was great going in there and back into the cafeteria. They even gave us some of those peanut butter cookies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Oh, well, that's great right there.
Yeah, we was up in there eating peanut butter cookies.
Yes, yes. I
And
remember.
then we went in the classroom. They were sitting down and they were like, go to a homeroom. And I'm like, I was in Dr. Tucker's homeroom. And I'm like, no, that's too far down. I'm going to go sit in this first classroom right there. But it was fun. My brother Johnny was in the class with, he was in the class with Mason Bond. He was 70 or 71. I was in 76. But my oldest sister, Clara, it's 13 of us. My older sister was in industrial, Druid High School. In 57. No, Arthur Jr., my oldest brother, 56. And then my sister Clara, 57, with Ernestine Carver. They were best buddies. And my brother Henry was in the class of 58. Okay, my brother Charles was in 60. It's 13 of us. Every one of them graduated from Druid.
Wow.
So, and I'm the baby bringing up the rear.
And you're a twin, correct?
I'm a twin. I'm a twin. Look, I got that guy from when we were down at the Diamond Drugs, that was T. Harris Place.
Right.
He said, I went in with my brother. He was like, you're no dragon. I said, yes, I am a dragon. And he said, what year? I said, class of 76, the last year with Dr. Hughes. He said, you know what I'm going to call you? I'm going to call you a baby dragon. And that's how I got that name, the baby dragon. Okay. And he was in the class of 40-something, but he's passed. I can't remember his name. But he gave me that nickname down there, and every time we went, even when we went to the banquet, I walked in the door, and he said, y'all, baby dragon in the house. I said, I'm in the house. I was the youngest thing in there. I think it was like three of us. The Mac twins were here behind me on the 7-7. So they were there, and it was like a few of the younger ones there. But everybody was at that picnic. Everybody was at that opening night. Mm-hmm. It was so nice. And then we had these big T-shirts with the white, just the regular white T-shirts. It had Dr. Hughes, and then it had from class 58 all the way up to 79 on. It was great. Now we've been having a grand reunion every 2 years. We started out with 4 years, then it went down to 2 years. We missed this pandemic year. Right. We were supposed to have it that year, this past year. But we were still having like go-to meetings on the phone. Keeping in touch. So hopefully we'll get it back on track coming up. Because they just told me I do the website, the Industrial Druid website. Okay. For them. So I post all the stuff about the flyers and everything. But hopefully we just uploaded. I just updated the scholarship thing for the seniors. I didn't tell me how many we had this year. But I updated before they got graduated because we always give out scholarships.
Ain't that something?
That's awesome. See, that's the thing that is a beautiful thing that, and I think that's what alumnus should do. Mm-hmm. If you've received from a certain school, like there's so many people that received from Druid, and that when I say received, I mean they got their education and were able to go on to bigger and better things. Yeah. It started right there at Druid. Same thing. The same thing that I would say with those people at TI. Yeah. And then when they merged and became Central, we had a lot of people that did the exact same thing. And I can't leave out the County High folks there like that.
Sure, okay. I'm married to County High. Okay.
I'm a high client talker, so I can't talk too much about these. But you know what I'm saying? But I think that it would behoove everybody to do that. And that's if Druid was able to do that, and if Central was to take off and do the same thing, if TI was to do the same thing, imagine how many young people would have the opportunity for higher education.
Yeah, we do the scholarship for them every year. We gave you about a scholarship. It's posted on the Druid High homestead.com. That's the website. And then I have to create it's one called the event Druid High. It's on Facebook. You can get that one. Most time, the last one I posted was with Chucky dancing. Chucky and that band. I posted that video. That was his last thing before the pandemic. He had got that band together. And I posted it on the website. That was the last industrial one we had before the pandemic came. So,
please send me that website so I can look that up. I remember him telling me about they practice over at my place.
It's type in Druid High event. I gotta pull it up, but I know now our regular website is Druid High School at homestead.com.
Okay.
That's the regular website, and then they asked me to create the event page on the Facebook.
So that's on Facebook where you put check it, right?
For the event, and it's the website. I can send it, but if I posted it the week of his ceremony, everybody was looking at it. Got a lot of hits. Where they pulled that band together for the last one, and it was nice.
Yes.
But I had a lot of pictures of him from all the way back down. We used to do back down memory lane because he was in the last class.
Yeah, 79. Sure was.
Yeah,
I sure would love to have them Druid Dragons at Juneteenth.
Oh, okay. we show up on a lot of stuff. But I didn't get to go to West Lawn because I lived on the other side of the street. So I had to go to Tuscaloosa Junior High. So a lot of my friends went to T High. And I had to go back to Druid after we finished the 9th grade, but we were still like communicating. And DJ Reed was from the class of '76 in Alicefield, but she came up here to play with us.
Right. I noticed
we took her right on in.
I noticed that.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a blast. I can't wait to have the grand reunion again. I think I only missed one. That was the year my brother passed in 2011, Johnny Essinger. But I told him, y'all name a class. I got a brother sister in it.
Sounds like 13.
Because I'm number 13. It's all of us. So hey.
Wow.
And I was 76, but it was great. Druid was fun. But you didn't have no mask because Dr. Hughes and Dr. Tucker and them and Mr. Fraser and Sanders and them and Miss Webb, they didn't play. No, they didn't play. You were gonna come correct, or you wasn't coming at all.
I think that played a big role in the young men that came through those systems. I mean, military, professionalism, college. It just played a big role, and a lot of times people don't think the male presence in the classroom don't make a difference. I beg the difference. I beg the difference.
We had a lot of male teachers.
Beg the difference.
Yeah, it makes a difference. But anyway, I just wanted to holler at it. Had y'all for a minute.
Well, I appreciate you calling.
I appreciate you calling in.
But that's what they call me, the baby dragon.
The baby dragon.
Y'all have a good one.
All right. Thank you,
too.
Bye-bye.
The baby dragon.
Well, y'all, it's almost that time, and there was a portion on there at the church. I mean, at the last portion of it, and I'm gonna end it with that right there, and y'all can watch a few minutes of it, and I'm gonna get ready for Thursday. If y'all ain't doing anything tomorrow, we have baseball over at the McDonough Hughes Center at 6:00. If it's not too hot for you to come on out and check it out, so. The Pirates will be playing the Braves on tomorrow. So come and check us out and see what we got. Other than that, we're gonna finish this out right quick. It was some powerful things that took place at this grand reunion.
Absolutely. And if we can do it one time, they can do it again. So I think we need to be looking into it. I really truly.
They had a good old time.
Hello? Hey Rick, I had to call you to tell you that the food that you brought to the party last night was wonderful. It made me think about my grandmother's cooking. Where did you get that food, brother?
I went down to Thomas Rib Shack to pick up the ribs.
But when I got there, I seen that they had more than just ribs. I seen baked chicken, fried chicken, corn muffins, vegetables, apple pie, peach pie. And I looked around and I seen a sign that told me that they got chitlins and oxtails on Sunday. All I can tell you, go down to 2931 15th Street or just give them a call like I did at area code 205-759-5010. Thomas Red Shack, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.